I'm going to show you how to tie the square lashing. The square lashing is great for attaching two perpendicular spars together. It doesn't work as well if the members are not perpendicular. That's where you want to use a diagonal lashing. The diagonal lashing doesn't have the structure of the square, so the square is a great choice. Now, the official version starts off with the clove hitch, and this is the official version. I'm going to show you that. So you start off with the clove hitch, and that's all great, but I don't like the clove hitch because on thin, slippery cord, it slips. So with paracord, what I prefer to do is I use the constrictor knot. That's a better start with the square lashing because it holds on super tight. And I'm going to give myself just a little bit more cord here because whenever you start off, you want to kind of spiral this guy in. All right, and then you're going to just simply twist this around. All right, and now to generate the square lashing structure, all you do is get this twisted. And what we're going to do is begin creating a series of wraps. Now you do need some open space and you do need plenty of cord. I've got 13 feet of cord, or about 400 centimeters here. We just begin this process here. And you want at least 3 wraps, maybe 4, depending on what you got going. All right, where the heck is the end of the cord? There we go. And you want to keep this nice and symmetric. This symmetry is really important, and you want to tighten the heck out of this because you want as much friction as possible. Now with, again, the paracord, I'd probably put 5 on here. With thicker, rough cord, you can get away with 3. That's okay. And now that I've created my 1, 2, 3 wraps, 1, 2, 3, and I don't consider the knot the wrap, what I'm going to do is create the frappings where we go in between and loop around, and this binds those wraps to the poles and adds a lot more tension to the structure, thus generating friction, especially on slippery poles. You want this sucker tight, tight, tight. Did I mention tight? There we go. Okay. And I've got 3 here. Good. Now, the problem is you begin finishing it off. You end up where you got to tie it upside down, and just for the purposes of illustration, normally I would tie my knot here, but I'm going to come around just so you can see what the heck's going on. Now that I've finished my frapping turns, I'm going to add the clove hitch. So I'm going to do a single wrap here so that we can start it off, and it makes the clove hitch a little bit easier to tie. But again, I don't really like the clove hitch because it is not secure with slippery cord. It's just how it works. All right, so there you go. That's the clove hitch finish, but you can see it's pretty loose. Since they're using the clove hitch, I use the constrictor knot, which is a totally different animal to tie. You can see it goes there. I'm going to feed it through. And we're going to go around. Oh yeah, this is challenging, as you can see. And I'm not cutting out these mistakes just to show you what'll happen in your real world experience. And you go over, under, and you gotta hold it together. Hold it together, Johnson! And then hopefully, it won't twist up too badly. Here we go. And it kind of disappears on the bottom, but just keep wrapping it around. And now that constrictor knot, you see how that doesn't slip like the clove hitch does? And there you go, there's your square lashing with your wraps and your fraps and constrictor knot, which is a much better choice to attach these. And these are all featured in my book, The Most Crucial Knots to Know, the square lashing right there with the official end, and my unofficial version in this video to keep it safer and more structurally sound.